Hello students, now we will read Endoge- Endogenetic Movements, Chapter 2, Geography, Class Ninth, Maharashtra Board. So let's start. Chapter 2, Endogenetic Movements. Can you tell? Read the following news, observe the photograph and answer the questions. Nepal devastated. Powerful earthquake rocks Nepal, nearly 1500 killed. Kathmandu 25th April PTI. PTI stands for Press Trust of India. A powerful earthquake measuring 7.9 on Richter scale struck Nepal today. Nearly 1500 people were killed and over 1000 people were injured in the disaster. The quake and a series of serious aftershocks delivered a severe blow to Nepal. Severe blow to Nepal. The tremors were also felt across vast stretches of east and northeast India. It was also felt in China, Bhutan, and as far as Pakistan and Bangladesh. The earthquake, with epicenter at Lamjung, around 80 kilometers northwest of Kathmandu, had its impact in several cities in Bihar, West Bengal, and Uttar Pradesh. The initial report said the tremor measured 7.9 magnitude. Thus, it said the quake hit at 11:40 a.m. local time at a shallow depth of 11 km. There were 17 major aftershocks measuring over 5 in the next two and half hours, said an officer of the National Seismological Center. Another aftershock measuring 6.6 hit within 80 minutes of the quake. This is the largest earthquake in Nepal after 80 years. India has sent rescue teams immediately. Two big tremors, 7.9 Richter scale 11:40 a.m., 6.6 Richter scale 12:19 p.m. Epicenter Lamjung, Nepal. Number of dead, India 53, Tibet 12, Bangladesh 2. Focus 11 kilometer deep. 17 more shocks after two big tremors. Duration ranging from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. India, Bangladesh and Pakistan also experienced tremors. 22 states in India feel the tremors. Newspaper snippet. Figure 2.1. What caused the large-scale casualties? What was the magnitude of the earthquake? Which country was the most affected by this earthquake? Where was the epicenter of the earthquake? Which are the other affected areas? At what depth was the focus located? What kind of damage is seen because of the earthquake? According to you, what could be the reason behind the earthquake? Have you ever experienced a similar earthquake? Discuss. Various natural events occur on the earth from time to time. Example, floods, storms, snowfall, extreme rainfall, etc. Similarly, because of the movements below the earth's surface, natural events like earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur. For the organisms living on earth, these events are disastrous. There is loss of life and property because of natural calamities. In this lesson, we will get introduced to these endogenetic internal movements. Try this. Note for teachers. The steps in the activities are important. Make sure every student participates. Lead the students to the topic through discussion. As shown in figure 2.2a, Arrange your notebooks on each other. Place 3-4 objects like this. Then, like chalk, duster, sharpener, eraser, etc. on them like this. Then, now quickly take out a notebook without affecting the others according to figure 2.2b, this one. Observe what happens. Discuss in class. Try this. Arrange the notebooks and keep chalk, duster, sharpener, rubber, etc. on them as in previous step, figure 2.3a. This one. Then geographical explanation. Sorry, before that, this is also there. Now give a slight push to this structure and observe what happens. Then again give a hard push. Observe what happens. Carry out a discussion on all these activities. See figure 2.3b. Graphical explanation. Earthquakes and volcanoes occur because of the instability in the interior of the earth. This instability is created due to the movements occurring in the earth's interior. Generally, the movements in the earth's interior occur in the upper layer of the mantle. Tremendous energy is released by radioactive materials in the mantle. These energy waves travel from one place to another. Due to such a flow of energy, instability is caused in the mantle. The movements are classified on the basis of their velocity, direction, and the landforms they produced. This is a picture of volcano. Classification of internal movements. Basis of classification, and this is movements. Velocity. Slow movements occurring continuously like formation of mountains and continents. B. Sudden movements in the form of events like earthquakes and volcanoes. Second, direction. A. Horizontal movements. B. Upward, downward movements. 3. Landforms. A. Continent building, creating continents, plateaus, and highlands. B. Mountain building, folding, faulting. Then slow movements. The effect of slow movements can be seen in the form of formation of mountains and continents on the Earth's crust. This can be explained as follows. Effect, pressure, tension. The direction of wave movement. Pressure. Waves moving towards each other. Tension. Waves moving away from each other. Effect on hard rocks. Pressure. Fault. Tension. Fault. Effect on soft rocks. Folding. Tension. Fault plane. Earth's movements and their effects. Mountain building movements orogenic. Try this. Activity 1. Take a 30 cm long paper strip. Place your hands on both the ends of the strip. Move both the hands towards each other, giving pressure on the strip. Observe what happens to the strip. Compression 2.5a and 2.5b. This will happen to the paper. Geographical explanation. In activity 1, the strip was moved by placing hands on both ends. The work performed on the strip at that time is called compression. Pressure was given on the center of the strip from both the ends. As a result, the strip moves and folds are formed. Similarly, due to pressure on the Earth's crust, movements are generated and folds are formed. Fold mountains. Energy is transferred from the interior of the Earth because of these energy waves and pressure working towards each other and in horizontal direction. The layers of the soft rocks form folds. If the pressure is very high, large-scale folds are formed and their complexity increases. As a result, the surface of the earth gets uplifted and fold mountains are formed. The Himalayas, the Aravallis, the Rockies, the Andes and Alps are the major folds mountains of the world. See figure 2.6a and b and figure 2.7. Compression, folding. 2.6b, folded part of a mountain. 2.7, image of the Himalayas and adjacent areas. This. Try this. Activity 2. Take a long strip of thin paper. Hold one end of the paper in your right hand. Hold the other in your left hand. Pull both the ends away from each other. Observe what happens to the paper strip. This. Pulling from both the sides, so tension is created. Figure 2.8a. In figure 2.8b, due to tension, this paper is broken. Geographical explanation. In activity 2, tension is created when you pull both the ends away from each other. Similarly, when movements occur in opposite direction to each other, tension is generated and faults are formed in the Earth's crust. Block mountains. Because of internal movements, horizontal waves moving away from each other are formed. This causes tension on the layers of rocks. This leads to formation of fractures in the rocks. These are known as faults. Similarly, waves coming towards each other in hard rocks also form faults due to compression. When a part of Earth's crust in between two parallel faults is lifted, it looks like a block. Figure 2.9a, effect of tension, block mountain. This. See figure 2.9a, such a landform is known as a block mountain. The hilltops of block mountains are flat. In the early stages, they do not have any peaks. Their slopes are steep. For example, Black Forest Mountains in Europe, the Meghalaya Plateau of India, figure 2.9b, has also been formed in similar way. Figure 2.9b, Meghalaya Plateau Block Mountain. Try this. Take three notebooks of the same size, hold them on tightly on a table, keeping a distance of 2.3 centimeter. Remove the two notebooks on each end away from central one. Observe what happens. Draw the diagram emerging because of the notebooks in your own notebooks in your own notebook. Geographical explanation. When horizontal movements on the Earth's surface act in opposite direction, it causes tension on the rocks in the Earth's crust. When tension increases, fractures develop in the rocks. This leads to formation of faults. Consequently, rocks on both the ends slide and the continuity in the layers of rocks is not found. Rift Valley, Rift valleys. Sometimes two fractures develop side by side in the Earth's crust. The land in between the two fractures subsides. This subsided deep part is called Rift Valley. See figure 2.10a and b. This is figure 2.10a Rift Valley. Both the slopes of a rift valley are deep. For example, the Rift Valley of Narmada. See the picture. Of River Narmada in India, the Great Rift Valley of Africa, the Rhine River Rift Valley of Europe. B. Continent building. Aperogenic movements. Slow movements occur towards the center or from the Earth's center towards the Earth's crust. Because of these movements, a vast part of the Earth's crust is uplifted or gets subsided. When the part of the Earth's crust is uplifted above the mean sea level, continents are formed. Therefore, these movements are called continent building movements. Extensive plateaus can also be formed because of such movements. If the originally continental portion of the crust subsides below the sea level, it forms a part of the seabed. Sudden movements. In the beginning of the chapter, we have discussed and studied the news items on earthquake. Earth means the ground and quake means trembling. Earthquake is the movement of the earth's crust. You have been acquainted with the magnitude and effects of the earthquake through the activity at the beginning of the chapter itself. Now we will look at the sudden movements called earthquakes and volcanoes in the earth's interior in detail. Do you know, when you stand on a railway platform near the railway track, you experience tumbling in a train passes by speedily. Tremors are also felt when a heavy vehicle crosses a bridge in speed. Through these examples, one can estimate the tremors caused during earthquakes. Because of the movements occurring in the interior of the earth, tremendous tension is created in the earth's crust. When the tension goes beyond limits, the energy is released in the form of waves. This results in trembling of the earth's surface, that is, earthquake occurs. The magnitude of the earthquake is measured by Richter scale. See figure 2.11. Causes of earthquakes: moving of plates, colliding of plates, plates sliding one below the other, forming of fractures in rock layers due to tension in the interior of the earth, occurring of volcanic eruptions. Figure 2.11. Simple seismogram and graph. See, a spring is there, a hammer type arrangement is done, and this will keep on rotating in the direction of this arrow. And a paper like thing is there. and it has a pen like something is there. When it will move, then this will start vibrating up and down. Then this will make a graph on this paper, round paper. This is the enlarged portion of this paper. See how we can see the graph. PSL. We will see what is PSL. Simple seismograph and simple seismogram and graph. This is seismogram in which we measure the earthquake, and this is the graph. Do you know Indo Australia, Africa, Eurasia, North America, South America, Pacific, and Antarctica are seven major plates? The Earth's crust is made up of such plates. Oceans and continents are separated over these plates. Depending on the compression and tension formed in the interior of the Earth, these plates move in various directions. Focus and epicenter. Because of the movements occurring below the Earth's surface, tension is created and it keeps on accumulating. High energy is released at the place where this tension mounts up. This is the center of the earthquake. It is called the focus or hypocenter. Energy waves scatter in all directions from this center. The place on the Earth's surface where these energy waves reach first is called the epicenter of the earthquake. It is the nearest place on the Earth's surface from the focus and it experiences the first tremor. The epicenter is perpendicular to the focus. Earth's surface. Epicenter. Energy waves scatter in all directions from this center. The place on the Earth's surface where these energy waves reach first is called the epicenter of the earthquake. It is the nearest place on the Earth's surface from the focus and it experiences the first tremor. The epicenter is perpendicular to the focus. See in this picture, this is the focus, primary waves, secondary waves, and here is the epicenter. This is Earth surface waves. These are the surface waves. Types of seismic waves, figure 2.12. When the tension is released at the focus, the released energy travels in all directions. This energy comes towards the Earth's surface in the form of waves. The seismic waves can be divided into primary, secondary, and surface waves. See figure 2.12. Number 1, primary or P waves. These are the first ones to reach the surface of the earth after the energy is emitted in the earth's interior. They travel at a very fast speed from the focus of the earthquake in radial direction. Subjected to P wave, particles in the rock move in the direction of waves to and fro. The waves moves to and fro. Therefore, these waves are also called forward backward waves. These waves can travel through all the three states, liquid, solid, and gaseous. But while traveling through liquid medium, their direction gets changed. It is because of the primary waves that the buildings on the Earth's surface move back and forth. Secondary or S waves. The waves which reach the Earth's surface after the primary waves are called secondary waves. These waves also scatter in all directions from the focus of the earthquake. Their velocity is lesser than P waves. See again, this is P, this is S secondary, then this we will see later. The particles laying in the way of these waves move up and down in the direction of energy transfer. These waves can travel only through the solid medium. They get absorbed as they enter the liquid medium. The buildings on the Earth's surface move up and down because of these waves. These are more destructive than P waves, surface or L waves. These waves are generated after the main P and S waves reach the epicenter. They travel in the direction of the circumference of the Earth along the crust. They are highly destructive. Seismogram. Through this instrument, a graph showing movement of seismic waves, seismograph, can be generated. After studying this graph, the magnitude of the earthquake is known. Figure 2.11 shows a simple seismogram and a seismograph prepared from it. Now, with the help of modern technology, advanced seismograms have been designed. With their help, even microseismic waves can also be measured. Try this. Hang a heavy bag or pouch on the hook of a spring balance as shown in figure 2.13a. This 2.13 experiment of the weight. Then pull the bag down and release it. Observe the spring and note the movement of spring. This will keep on going up and down for some time. As shown in figure 2.14, experiment of the rope. See these two pictures. 2.14, make the students stand holding the ends of a rope. Ask one student to give a jerk to the rope by pulling it up and down with hand. Observe what happens and note the movement of rope. Spread rangoli on a large plate. Flick on the lower side of the plate slightly with your fingers. Observe what happens. See in the figure. Experiment of rangoli. Find out. After you complete all the three activities given above, compare them with each of the seismic waves and identify which activity is similar to which type of wave. Effects of earthquake. Cracks, fractures develop on the ground, causes landslides which leads to sliding of rocks. Sometimes the groundwater changes its course. For example, wells may get water or may dry up. Some areas get uplifted while some may subside. Tsunamis are generated in oceans. These waves can cause great loss of life and property in the coastal areas. In snow covered areas, avalanches may occur. Buildings, buildings collapse and loss of life and property occurs. Transportation routes get disrupted. Communication system collapses. Give it a try. Collect information regarding precautions to be taken during an earthquake. Give a demonstration in the class. Collect information and pictures related to advanced seismograms like the one shown in figure 2.11. Write about its working mechanism in your own words. Volcanoes. Hot, solid, liquid, and gaseous materials are thrown out from the mantle of the earth onto the surface of the earth. This process is called volcanic eruption. During this process, ash, water vapor, various types of poisonous and inflammable gases, hot molten magma, etc., are thrown out. When the molten magma comes out on the surface, it is called lava. On the basis of the type of eruption, volcanoes can be divided into following types: central type or conical volcano. During eruption, the molten magma comes out through a pipe like vent inside the Earth's surface. The lava spreads around the mouth of this vent when it comes out. As a result, cone shaped mountains start forming and conical volcanic mountains are formed. Mount Fujiyama in Japan and Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania are examples of central type volcanoes and conical mountains. See figure 2.16. Central or conical volcano. Fissure type volcanoes. During eruption, when the magma comes out, not from a single vent but from many cracks, fissures. It is called fissure type volcanic eruption. The molten material coming out with the eruption spreads on surface spreads on both the sides of the fissure. As a result, volcanic plateaus are formed. The Deccan Plateau of India has also been formed due to such a type of volcanic eruption. See figure 2.17. Fissure type volcano. See the picture. Always remember, according to the periodicity of the volcanic eruptions, three types of volcanoes can be identified. If the volcanic eruptions are regular even in the present times, then such volcanoes are called active volcanoes. For example, Mount Fujiyama in Japan, Mount Stromboli in Mediterranean Sea. When a volcano has not erupted since long but may become active suddenly, it is called dormant volcano. For example, Mount Vesuvius in Italy, Mount Katmai in Alaska, Barren Island, India. Those volcanoes which have not erupted in the past since long and are not likely to erupt in the future are called extinct volcanoes. For example, Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. Make friends with maps. Read figure 2.18. 2.18, this one. World earthquakes and volcanoes. See, pink triangles are volcano. These dotted pink lines are earthquake zones. Blue lines are plate creating margins. Black lines are plate consuming margins. So these are the blue lines, means plate creating margins. Yes. Black lines, plate consuming margins. This. This. Earthquake zones. These are the earthquake zones. on Himalaya also. Then volcano here, here in Andaman Nicobar also one triangle is there. Here in Japan, Europe, South America, near New Zealand. Okay, let's come back. Read figure 2.18 and answer the questions. As a supplementary material to this exercise, take help from a globe or a physical map of the world. Examine the examine the plate boundaries in the given map and write the names of plates. On which side of the continents of North and South America are the earthquake prone zones located? Which mountains are located there? In which mountains zone in Asia does the earthquake prone zone lie? In which region are the volcanoes concentrated in Africa? What could be the reason? Correlate earthquake regions, distribution of volcanoes and plate boundaries. Geographical explanation. By looking at figure 2.18, you will understand the plate boundaries are directly related to areas of earthquakes and volcanoes. Most of the volcanoes are located on the plate boundaries. Similarly, the earthquake zones are also seen in the border areas. This is the Barren Island of Andamans. See the picture. Okay. The part of the plate boundary which slides under the crust subdues. There is loss of material. Such boundaries are called plate consuming subduction boundaries. In areas where new material is coming up onto the earth's crust, they are called plate creating constructive boundaries. Both the processes happen continuously. They are shown in the map in figure 2.18. Effects of volcanoes. Loss of life and property. Sometimes tsunamis get generated due to volcanic eruptions occurring below ocean floors. Dust, smoke, ash, gases, water vapors, etc. remain in the atmosphere for a long time. This may create imbalance in the environment. Land may become fertile due to volcanic ash. Many many minerals are found near the earth's surface because of lava. New land is formed due to volcanic eruption or at times an island may even disappear. Lakes are formed at the mouth of the craters of dead volcanoes when rainwater accumulates in them. Effect of earthquake in this picture. Building is falling. Sayadri Hill. Layers of lava deposition due to volcanic eruption. See, do you know Barren Island, Andamans? This is the picture and this is the text. Andaman and Nicobar Islands are located to south to the southeast of the mainland of India. On this archipelago lies the barren island, India's only active volcano. The volcano was dormant for a long time, but in February 2017 it started erupting. Mainly dust, smoke, and mud is coming out of this eruption along with some lava. So, this is the chapter exercises we will do in another session. Thank you.